Good morning, my name is Matthew Hugo from Weather Commerce, and this is this morning's weather brief on Monday the 13th of June. Today's weather brief will cover a summary on the West European 5-day average temperatures, the UK, Europe, Scandinavian precipitation, and finally global weather alerts. Firstly, we'll take a summarised look at the mean surface temperatures across Europe. And between days 11 and 15 there is medium confidence, given a general lack of model agreement and consistency, to suggest that temperatures during this period are likely to be either near or perhaps trending just slightly below climate averages across most of Europe. Between days 6 and 10, confidence levels are medium or perhaps medium to high, given that there is some model agreement and consistency from previous days to suggest that temperatures are likely to be trending either near or slightly below climate averages across most areas by perhaps 1 or 2 degrees Celsius. And finally, over the next 2 to 5 days, confidence levels are high, given model agreement and consistency for temperatures to be either near or again trending just slightly below climate averages. And now taking a look at days 11 to 15 across the United Kingdom in some closer detail. And there is some model agreement and consistency from the latter half of last week to suggest that temperatures are likely to be either near or trending slightly below climate averages by around 1 or 2 degrees, as predominantly cool and unsettled conditions dominate the weather across the United Kingdom. Between days 6 and 10, as we move towards and beyond the weekend in the 18th and 19th of June, the majority to all of the available forecast models are quite nicely grouped together to suggest that temperatures are likely to be at least 2 degrees below climate averages of around 15 degrees Celsius. Once again, predominantly cool and unsettled conditions are forecast to be dominating the weather across the United Kingdom during this forecast period. The following weather chart for Monday the 20th of June helps to illustrate this synoptic situation, and as you can see, low pressure just to the northeast of the United Kingdom is dominant, and as a result, a predominantly cool and unsettled west or northwesterly air mass is expected across the United Kingdom, and hence the reason why temperatures are likely to be trending slightly below climate averages. And finally, within the short term, over the next 2 to 5 days, confidence levels are high, given good model agreement and consistency, for temperatures to be either near or again trending slightly below climate averages in association with predominantly unsettled conditions across the majority of the United Kingdom. It should be highlighted that there is little or no risk of any extreme temperatures across the United Kingdom over the next 7 to 14 days. And now taking a look at the expected European temperatures in some closer detail. And between days 11 and 15, confidence levels are only medium at best, given that there is some model agreement, but yet again there is a lack of model consistency from the latter half of last week. The majority, if not all, of the available forecast models, however, signal temperatures to be either near or trending slightly below climate averages across the majority of Europe. The latest model comparison graph from Switzerland helps to illustrate this situation within the longer term, and as you can see, there is quite a significant divergence within the available forecast models within the highlighted red circle. For example, the Metro model, represented by the solid black lines, has temperatures very close to a climate average of 17 degrees Celsius, yet the GFS ensembles, for example, have temperatures at least 3 or 4 degrees below climate averages. However, the general trend from the end of last week is that temperatures are likely to be either near or trending slightly below climate averages across the majority of Europe, but perhaps by only 1 or 2 degrees Celsius. Between days 6 and 10, again, a general consistency and signal from the various forecast models is for temperatures to be trending either near or slightly below climate averages, as predominantly cool and unsettled conditions dominate across most regions of Europe. Using the latest France model comparison graph to help illustrate this situation, as you can see within the highlighted red circle, the majority, if not all, of the available forecast models have temperatures either near or trending slightly below climate averages. However, as you can see as well, there is quite a significant model divergence, with some of the available forecast models having temperatures near to climate averages, yet some at least perhaps 3 or 4 degrees below. At the present time, a middle ground is expected, and I do believe that the majority of Europe between days 6 and 10 is likely to experience temperatures at least 1 or perhaps 2 degrees below climate norms. And finally, between days 2 and 5, there is model agreement and consistency to suggest, with medium to high or perhaps high confidence, that the majority of Europe is likely to have temperatures either near or potentially just trending slightly below climate averages. There is little or no significant evidence to suggest that temperatures are likely to be significantly above or significantly below climate averages over the next 2 to 5 days. And now taking a look at the expected precipitation totals across Scandinavia. And there is some model agreement and consistency from the latter half of last week that particularly over the next 7 days or so, precipitation totals are forecast to be well above climate averages across the majority of Norway and also some regions of Sweden. Here, precipitation totals in excess of 125mm is expected, which is comfortably 300% of normal. Yet in contrast, many areas of Finland, for example, are likely to experience precipitation totals trending slightly below. And within the longer term, towards and beyond the 20th of June, a more uniform signal is evident for precipitation totals to be generally either near or trending slightly above climate averages across most areas of Scandinavia. And now taking a look at global weather alerts, which highlight significant deviations from normal. And to start with, it is interesting to highlight that over the next 7 to 14 days there is quite strong signal from various forecast models to highlight that many areas of central and southern areas of Mexico, and also the majority of the Caribbean, is likely to have precipitation totals well above climate averages, with perhaps over 200mm of rainfall. This may well be in association with the potential development of some significant tropical cyclone activity. In association with the signal which was highlighted at the end of last week, it is also worth highlighting that many southern areas of Brazil over the next 7 to 10 days at least is likely to have precipitation totals well above climate averages, with perhaps in excess of 125mm of rainfall, which is comfortably 300% of normal. Certain areas, particularly around the Rio Grande do Sul, may well be particularly affected over the next 7 to 10 days. And finally, there is a continued signal which was evident throughout the majority of last week that over the next 7 to 10 days at least, temperatures across many central and northern regions of China are forecast to remain well above climate averages for the time of year. Temperatures may be at least 8 to 10 degrees above climate averages, with mean surface temperatures comfortably at or above 30 degrees Celsius. Thank you for listening to today's weather brief. Goodbye.